Let's gloat over some good numbers. Ujjivan Finance posted good set of numbers, strong disbursements pick up, and that's very important. Net interest margins improved, asset quality improved. Samit Ghosh, Managing Director and CEO of Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, joins us now. Good morning, Mr. Ghosh. Always a pleasure to have you with us. Just give us some color about the quarter that's gone by. It seems to have been a healing quarter.
Yeah, good morning, Lata. Good to talk to you. You know, considering you were the first one I talked to after getting our SFB license, which seems a long time back.
Yes, I remember. About 2 years ago.
We worked very hard, in the last 6 months and also the last quarter, and we are quite pleased with the results. First of all, we've tried to bring our portfolio quality under control, and I think we've largely succeeded in that. We took a big provision last the first quarter, and also a fairly large provision in this quarter. So our total provision is about 250 crores, including write-offs, which would account for bulk of the impact of the demonetization. And we expect in the next 2 quarters, as you might have seen, the first quarter we took about 155 crores in provision. This quarter the provision is almost half of that, and we expect that trend to continue in the next 2 quarters, and it will taper off. So by year end we will have completely, I think, absorbed and turned around from the demonetization effect on our portfolio quality. And as it is, our all our loan bookings after January, our repayment rates are 99.7, which is back to the normal days. And along with that, as you mentioned, our microfinance business is coming back to normal. Our disbursement growth in the last quarter was about 15%. Our book is somewhat flat. That is because of 2 reasons. One is, we took a write-off of about 80 crores in the quarter, and secondly, because of the floods and there were temporary dislocations in Bihar, Assam, West Bengal. There were some, we had to slow down a bit in those areas. But otherwise, our business in microfinance is back to normal. So we are very happy about that. And along with that, the pressures of transformation to a bank, we now have crossed over 100 small finance bank branches, and we are building up our deposit base. Our deposit base has crossed about 1,300 crores, and we also got our scheduled bank status in August, which has helped us to also raise CDs, etc., to lower our cost of funds.
Actually, I was
on the whole, it's been good this thing, and we hope by the year end we'll have completely turned around and Ujjivan.
Yeah, so I was actually wanting a little more on that cost of finance thing. You got a commercial bank license on August 30th. So it's now only 2 months that you have been able to raise CD money. Is there more advantage in terms of lower costs coming for the full year? How much in percentage terms can you replace high cost money with low cost?
Yeah, as we had, when we started the small finance bank, over 3,000 crores in term money which we had borrowed, high cost term money we had borrowed as an MFI. We've been able to repay or prepay about 1,000 crores of that, and able to reduce our cost of funds to I think it's 9.6% from 10.3 or something, and we expect by year end that to come down to 8.5%. So that actually gives us a better NIM and also helps us in our bottom line.
Sure. Sir, Mr. Ghosh, good morning. So I just want to talk about the quality of the book as well, because this time around we have seen an improvement in the NPL levels. You're down to what, 4.99%. That's quite an improvement quarter on quarter. and the portfolio which is at risk, that measure, that's also improved. What are the trends like from here? Will these numbers get even better?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I mean, we expect, we expect that the total cost of, credit after the demonetization to be around 4% of our total portfolio by, as of year end. That would be around 300 crores, and we've already provided 250, and we have provided written off, etc., totaling about 250. So we expect in the next 2 quarters, around 50 to 70 crores maximum of incremental write-offs, or provisioning. So I think you will see significant, we've already made major improvements, and you will see further improvements in both PAR and in terms of NNPA and GNPA.
Is there a targeted number, sir, you have in mind that you'd want to, bring down the gross NPA level to?
Well, we have a target of the total credit cost, and as is the new portfolio is doing very well with 99.7% repayment. So our target really is to contain the credit cost within around 300 crores, So that's our target actually.
Okay. Well, there are some flashes on Indo count that are going in, and it's just that the resignation of the 2 directors' disqualification doesn't have any connection with the compliance of the company, compliance standards of the company. That stock is active. Well, Mr. Ghosh, I want to ask you finally a philosophical question. Bharat Financial has tied up or merged into IndusInd. What is the business model of Small Finance Bank? Does it survive standalone, or is the final game to tie up or merge into a larger bank?
No, I think as far as Small Finance Bank goes and as far as Ujjivan goes, microfinance business, which is about 96% of our business today, we plan to bring it down to about 50%.
Okay.
It's not by reduction of the business, but because we want to build alternate businesses like affordable housing, MSC, personal loans, etc. Okay, and I think microfinance itself, there's a lot of talk that, is it going to survive, not going to survive. At the end of the day, if you see that major banks, Bandhan is doing so well.
Yes.
IndusInd has just acquired one of the biggest microfinance institutions. So microfinance, and our experience itself is that the microfinance business is, by itself it's a very good business. It's just that external shocks like, the Andhra crisis or the demonetization, etc., which creates a problem. But our long-term objective really, Lata, is to convert to a mass market bank, That is our objective, where we serve the unserved and underserved primarily, but we feel that is the wide open space, because the nationalized banks, which were supposed to provide this service to the mass market, has not been that successful, other than SBI to a certain extent. So I think that is the space we would like to occupy, and I think there's a big opportunity there.
You're being very kind to the established banks, sir, and it's good to hear whatever you said now in terms of serving the unserved. Thank you very much, Mr. Ghosh, for coming on our channel and speaking to us this morning.
Okay, so that is Ujjivan, stock up and away. Actually, microfinance companies haven't done too bad this time around. Ujjivan, certainly not. Well, let's move on to some buzz in the primary markets. Now, the IP